Welcome to Stance Stretches. We've got a baker's dozen of things for you to do today. It's a great opportunity to relax, especially if this is the end of your day, and even if it's the beginning of your day. One of the things you can do here is relax for the day and get those muscles, that sense of threat out of your muscles, right? I think I've talked about that if you're a patient of stance. So you can probably hear the relaxing instrumental music in the background. And what I want you to do is begin to breathe in all the way up to your chest and then out through your belly. Last thing through your belly. So up through your belly, all the way up to your chest, fill it. Chest down, belly down. Okay. You can just do that a few times and remember to take your stance throughout this. All of these exercises, remember your chest is going to be in a straight, upright position. Okay? It's going to be one of the best ways for your body to get some different motions in there, some unusual motions, some novel motions for your nervous system. Okay? So we're going to start with your neck, and we're going to work all the way down to the figure 4 position to finish up with your hips and or your glutes. Okay? So this is basically somewhat core stretches. Okay? Again, just begin to relax. One of the ways to stretch here with this is to simply hold your head in position and to reach out. Reach out in that hope perspective. Exhale, and not really force your neck to the opposite side, your ear to the opposite side. Merely reach and tilt. Okay? You can tell we've got the timer set for you so that each of these is 20 seconds long. And just remember to breathe and to be upright. Let that become the normal thing for you. And just relax. This is a great way to end a workout. Okay? And just simply go from that position to a backside stretch of your upper extremity, shoulder, and even between your shoulder blades. Standing up straight like this so as to not weaken the posture system of your nervous system. And then just switch over to a palm up. Same thing to the opposite side. Okay. And just breathe in good air, healthy air. Reduced threat, relaxation. Okay? So this is a compound movement, meaning you're going to stretch your triceps, stretch your latissimus, all the muscles in between your ribs, and lean to the opposite side so that you can actually feel it in the inside muscles of your thighs. And just rest and hold in that position. You're doing great, by the way. Awesome. Now remember, you're not trying to get any part of your body to pop or to release, but this is a low, slow velocity stretch. The whole idea behind this is to lengthen those muscles that have been repeatedly shortened. It's good. So proud of you for doing this. All right. So we're going to move on to the pec stretch.
And still have money for everything else the family needs.
Yeah. Well, Pandora has to stay alive. One of the ways to do the pec stretch is to actually grab hold of a broom handle, to push this back this way. If that's not clear, just direct message me. The other way to do it is on the wall like this, nice and easy. And if you don't feel comfortable with the balance part of this, then simply use a stick or use your broom handle to do that, okay? All right? And the same thing with the opposite side, just like this. Feel it in your, even in the lunge part of it, you can stretch your hip flexors and your pectoralis muscles, just like that. Just lean into it. Okay? Either using the stick or not using the stick, you're going to pull for the quad stretch or the opposite side like this. And remember, this is all about relaxation. Remember, the other thing that you can do is something called visual ocular reflex. You can do that, what we call no-nos in the clinic, but stay focused on one object. As you do that, I'm going to show you the other way. The same way to do it is to stand with balance. You're going to work your vestibular system as you do this. And basically you're saying no-nos. I'm basically just looking at a fixed object while I stretch. So I'm giving it nice, novel motion. Okay? So, all right. So, I don't know if you can still see me or not. But I'm going to actually do the lunge stretch in this position right here. Okay? Just let the weight of your body, the pelvis, just lean forward like so. Okay? And there's other fancy ways to do it. You don't have to do this to accentuate it. You can if you want to. And remember, each of these is to your liking. This one just happens to be 20 seconds. It can be 10 seconds. It can be 15 seconds, 20, 25, 30, anything like that, as long as you're starting nice and easy and slow and getting you might want to do this multiple times throughout the day. Some of these will be tighter than others. Okay? Remember, this is about lengthening the muscles. Just want to feel the stretch of the muscle. Okay? Here we go to what I like to call a figure 8. I'm really proud of how I've been able to get this to change over the years. What you're doing is you're applying a little bit of pressure outward on your thighs with your elbows and bringing your feet together and keeping your spine straight while you do it. So where you'll feel it, it'll be like multiple places. You'll know what I mean when you feel it. You'll feel it in your low back, you'll feel it in your hips, you'll feel it in your thighs, all of that. Okay, so this is a great place to basically do a seated calf stretch. So the whole idea behind this is you're actually leaning forward with your trunk. You're not bending your trunk because you don't want to weaken your posture system. You want to point your toes towards your face, point your heels out toward the end of your body, out in the opposite direction while you lean forward. So you'll feel it in your low back, your calves, and maybe a little bit of hamstring. Most of this is aimed at your calves and your low back. Okay, so the other position is just like this. It's kind of a seated figure 4. Whole idea is to look the opposite way while you stretch. You'll feel it in your low back, you'll feel it in your chest, you'll feel it in your glutes, the SI joint. All right, same thing to the opposite side. As you take deep breaths in, 5 seconds in, filling your belly, and then your chest, you'll feel it stretch in different places because of that. Okay, next position I like to call cannonball for you people out there that used to like to make splashes, big splashes in the swimming pool, here's your chance to do it without making a big splash. All you're doing is stretching the back of your thighs, your glutes, your low back. You might feel it in your hips a little bit. You may have to back it off just a little bit if it's bothering your hips. Good job. Okay, so the other version of this, we're isolating the back of our legs again without stretching our low backs. This is designed to stretch more specifically the muscle between your, that crosses your knee joint, the calf. Okay, heel toward the ceiling, toes toward your face. Flexibility is so important in longevity. We want you to live all your years with flexibility and mobility so that you maximize your life expectancy. Remember, sometimes it's soft tissue, most of the time soft tissue changes slowly. All right. So I'm going to look to the opposite side. My legs are leaning. And then obviously off to the other side. Nice and easy. Remember, the idea is not to make any kind of movement in your low back happen. We're not looking for your low back to like pop or click or anything like that. Okay? Remember, this is either the figure 4 for your glutes, where your opposite foot is upright and you're bringing your thigh towards your chest, or if you want to get more of a hip stretch, do the figure 4 just like this, down on the floor. Either way works. Both of them, just depends on how stiff you are in those various areas. This one is the one I need to do the most. As we close, the last 12 or 10 seconds, you've really done some good work today with stretching. So glad that you did this, that you're taking your stance for health and flexibility. An area of flexibility will help you move so that you have good and neutral posture. So go ahead and continue to take your stance throughout the rest of the day and into the evening. Or if this is, you just go ahead and go to bed nice and relaxed and ready to relax and ready to take on the next day or the rest of the day. Thank you so much. Make it a good one.